The bells rang loud. I stood in my white dress. The hall was filled with light. Flowers decorated every corner. People smiled, clapped, and whispered. This was supposed to be my happiest day. I was marrying the man I loved. His name was Adam. He stood tall and calm. His eyes looked at me with warmth. I held my bouquet tightly. My heart raced fast. I told myself, this is real. This is my future. The priest spoke the vows. I said, I do. Adam said, I do. The hall filled with joy. People cheered and clapped. I felt tears in my eyes. But then, something strange happened. From the back of the hall, my twin sister entered. Her name was Alina. She looked just like me. Same face. Same eyes. Only her dress was different. She was not smiling. Her face was pale. People turned to look at her. Some gasped. Some whispered. Why was she here like this? I froze. Adam froze too. His smile disappeared. Alina walked straight toward us. Step by step. Slow but firm. The sound of her heels echoed. Stop this wedding, she said. Her voice shook. Everyone gasped again. I couldn't breathe. My throat felt tight. What are you doing? I whispered. I felt weak. Alina looked at me, then at Adam. Tears filled her eyes. I love him too, she said. The hall went silent. No one moved. Only my heart screamed inside me. What? I turned to Adam. His face was pale. He didn't deny it. He didn't speak at all. Alina stepped closer. Her hands shook. She whispered, he loves me too. The room spun around me. The ground felt heavy. My bouquet fell to the floor. I felt betrayed. I shouted, what is this? Tell me the truth. Adam looked down. His lips trembled. Finally, he said, I can't lie. I knew Alina before. My chest hurt. Like knives were inside me. Everyone around us gasped again. My family stared in shock. Whispers filled the hall. Alina reached for Adam's hand. He didn't pull away. My whole world shattered in that moment. I cried out, you both hid this from me? My voice broke. Tears ran down my face. Adam said softly, I never meant to hurt you. But his words felt empty. Alina whispered, I didn't plan this. But my heart couldn't stay silent. The hall turned into chaos. Guests started leaving. Some scolded. Some pitied me. I stood frozen. My wedding dress felt heavy like chains. My dreams crumbled in front of me. Adam stepped closer. He said, please, listen. I love you, but I also love her. That sentence cut me deeper than anything. It was not love. It was betrayal. I screamed, you cannot love both. You promised me forever. Alina cried louder. She said, I didn't want to ruin this, but I couldn't live in lies anymore. I shook my head. I wanted to run. I wanted to tear the dress apart. The priest left quietly. The flowers looked dull. The music stopped. Only my tears made sound. I whispered to myself, this is the end of my fairy tale. But little did I know. This was just the beginning of my nightmare. The wedding ended in silence. No music. No laughter. Only broken hearts. I sat alone in my room. My white dress was torn. Mascara smeared my cheeks. My bouquet lay on the floor. I could still hear Alina's voice. Her words stabbed me. I love him too. It echoed again and again. I wanted to scream. I wanted to hate her. But she was my twin. My own blood. Why her? Why Adam? Why my wedding? The door creaked open. It was Adam. His face looked tired. His eyes were full of guilt. Please, let me explain, he said softly. I turned my back to him. I didn't want to hear. But my heart still longed for answers. He walked closer. I met Alina before you, he said. She was my first love. My body froze. I couldn't breathe. First love? So I was second choice? Adam knelt in front of me. I thought it was over with her. I thought she was gone. Then I met you. And I truly fell for you too. I shook my head. Tears poured again. How can you love two people? I whispered. It's not fair. He reached for my hands. I pulled them away. His touch burned me now. Please, he begged. I love you. But I can't deny what I feel for her. I never wanted to hurt you. My heart screamed. My mind spun. This was a nightmare I couldn't wake from. Then the door opened again. It was Alina. Her eyes were red. She had been crying too. Don't hate me, she whispered. I didn't plan this. I swear. I glared at her. You stole my husband, I shouted. You ruined my wedding. Her lips trembled. She looked down. I tried to stay away, she said. But my heart wouldn't let me. Adam stood between us. Like a wall. He looked at both of us. Two broken women. Both in love with him. Please, he said, don't fight. I need you both. Those words cut me in half. What kind of man says that? What kind of love is this? Alina looked at me. Her tears matched mine. We can't both have him, I whispered. She said nothing. The night grew darker. Silence filled the room. Only the sound of broken breaths. Finally, Adam spoke. There's a way, he said slowly. You both can stay with me. I will love you equally. My heart stopped. My mind screamed. Share him? No. I shouted. That's insane. I'm your wife. She's my sister. This is wrong. But Alina's face softened. She looked at him with hope. She whispered, if it means we don't lose you, I'll accept it. My jaw dropped. I felt betrayed again. How could she agree? How could she take this from me? Adam held both our hands. He whispered, we can make this work. Please, trust me. The world felt upside down. Everything inside me twisted. But one truth hit me hard. My nightmare had only begun. Because I realized. I wasn't just a wife anymore. I was a wife forced to share my husband. With my own twin. The clock ticked loudly. It felt like thunder in my ears. Every second reminded me of the truth. I was no longer his only wife. I lay on the bed. My wedding dress was gone. Now I wore a plain gown. But my heart felt heavier than stone. Adam sat near the door. He looked restless. He looked guilty. He looked confused. And then Alina entered. Her eyes still red. She avoided looking at me. She walked slowly, like a thief in the night. I couldn't breathe. This was my room. My bed. My husband. But she was here too. Adam stood up quickly. He tried to smile. We're together now, he said softly. His words made me sick. I turned away. I couldn't watch. But their presence burned me. Alina sat at the edge of the bed. Her hands trembled. She whispered, I don't want to fight. I didn't answer. My silence was heavy. She spoke again. We can find a way to live in peace. Her voice cracked. Peace? There was no peace here. Not in this house. Not in this heart. Adam stepped closer. He touched my shoulder. I'll love you both, he said. You'll see. I snapped. Don't touch me. I screamed. You promised me forever. You broke me. And now you want me to share? He froze. His hand dropped. Guilt swallowed his face. Alina covered her face. She started crying. Her sobs filled the room. They hurt my ears. I hated her tears. Because they looked like mine. Because they made me weak. Finally, I whispered, fine. They both looked at me. Surprised. Shocked. I continued, if you want this madness, if you want both of us, then I'll stay. But don't expect love from me anymore. Adam tried to protest. No, don't say that. But I turned my face away. I was already dead inside. The night dragged on. Adam tried to talk. Alina tried to comfort me. But nothing worked. The bed felt smaller than ever. One side for me. One side for Alina. And Adam in between. I stared at the ceiling. My tears slid quietly. I heard Adam whisper to her. Soft words. Words he once said to me. Every whisper was a knife. Every breath was torture. But I stayed silent. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. But my heart chained me. Because even in pain, I still loved him. I hated myself for it. Hours passed. The night felt endless. The air turned heavy. Finally, Adam fell asleep. His arms around Alina. Not me. I bit my lip. The taste of blood filled my mouth. But I didn't move. I stayed frozen. I closed my eyes. I prayed. Prayed for strength. Prayed for freedom. Prayed for a heart that no longer loved. But when I opened them again, I only saw the truth. My life had changed forever. I wasn't just a wife anymore. I was half a wife. Sharing everything. Even love. And that night, I realized something terrifying. This was only the beginning. Morning came slowly. The sun touched my face. But it felt like fire. I didn't want to wake up. I turned my head. Adam was gone. The space beside me was empty. But Alina was still there. She looked peaceful. She slept deeply. As if nothing was wrong. As if she had not stolen my world. Jealousy boiled in me. I wanted to shake her awake. I wanted to scream at her. But I didn't. Instead, I got up. I walked to the mirror. My reflection scared me. Dark circles under my eyes. Tears dried on my cheeks. I looked like a stranger. I whispered, "This isn't me." Then I heard his voice. Adam. He was downstairs. Laughing. Talking. I rushed to the window. He was in the garden. And Alina was with him. She had followed him. They sat close. Too close. He poured her tea. He smiled at her. My chest burned. That smile used to be mine. Those mornings used to be ours. Now I was only a shadow. I wanted to run outside. To remind him I was his wife. But fear stopped me. What if he pushed me away? What if he chose her instead? So I stayed hidden. I watched like a prisoner. Every touch. Every laugh. Every word. It killed me. Finally, I went downstairs. I forced a smile. "Good morning," I said. My voice shook. Adam looked up. "Good morning, love." Love. That word still hurt. Alina looked nervous. She quickly stood. She said, "I'll get more tea." Then she ran to the kitchen. I sat in her place. right beside him. I wanted him to see me. To remember me. He touched my hand. His eyes soft. Are you okay? I nodded. But inside, I was screaming. I wanted him to hold me. To kiss me. To say, "You're the only one." But he didn't. He just smiled sadly. Then Alina returned. She placed the cups down. Her hands shook. Her eyes avoided mine. Adam pulled her chair. He said gently, "Sit." My heart cracked. 2 wives. 1 man. And a love cut into pieces. The day went on. But the war began. At lunch, I cooked. I wanted to impress him. To remind him of my love. I made his favorite dish. When he tasted it, he smiled. "This is delicious." My heart lifted. Finally, he noticed me. But then Alina spoke. "I made dessert," she said shyly. She brought sweet rice pudding. Adam's eyes lit up. He took 1 bite. "Oh, this is perfect," he said. He hugged her. The knife twisted deeper. I felt invisible. Like I didn't exist. Like no matter what I did, she would always compete. Later, in the evening, I tried to sit with him. I put my head on his shoulder. I whispered, "I miss you." He touched my hair. He almost kissed me. But then Alina walked in. She sat on his other side. And he didn't pull away. I wanted to scream. I wanted to break everything. But I stayed quiet. Because silence was safer than rejection. That night, I cried alone in the bathroom. The walls heard my pain. The mirror saw my broken face. I whispered, "Why me? Why us? Why now?" But no answer came. When I returned to the room, they were talking. Laughing quietly. Like old friends. Adam saw me. He reached out his hand. "Come sit." But I couldn't. I walked to the corner. I lay down on the floor. My heart begged for love. But my pride kept me away. I realized something terrible. This was no longer a marriage. This was a battle. A silent war. And every day forward, I would have to fight. For his touch. For his smile. For his love. But deep inside, I already feared the truth. What if love wasn't enough? The next morning felt heavy. The air was thick. I could barely breathe. Adam left early for work. The house was quiet. Too quiet. I walked into the kitchen. Alina was there. She sat at the table. Her hands around a cup of tea. Her eyes looked tired. For a long time, we said nothing. Silence wrapped around us. Sharp. Cold. Heavy. Finally, she spoke. Her voice was soft. Almost breaking. "I need to tell you something." My chest tightened. I didn't want to hear her. I wanted her gone. But something in her eyes. It scared me. "What is it?" I asked. My voice was sharp. She looked down. Tears touched her lashes. She whispered. "I didn't plan this. I didn't plan to take your place. I didn't plan to love him." Her words cut me. Love him. The one man who was mine. I slammed my hand on the table. "Stop. Don't say that." My voice shook. But I was angry. Alina cried harder. "I'm sorry." I fought it. I told myself it was wrong. But every time he looks at me, I feel alive. Like I never have before. Her tears ran fast. Her pain looked real. But so was mine. "Alive?" I shouted. "What about me? I am his wife. I built this life with him. I loved him first. I stood by him through everything. And now you come. And you say you feel alive? She covered her face. I hate myself. But I can't change my heart. I tried to leave. I tried to disappear. But he found me. He asked me to stay. And I couldn't say no. My whole body shook. I wanted to slap her. I wanted to push her out the door. But I froze. Because deep inside, I knew she was telling the truth. Adam had chosen. Maybe not with words, but with actions. Every smile. Every touch. Every laugh. He had chosen her too. I whispered, so what now? Do you expect me to share him? Do you expect me to live like this forever? She looked at me with broken eyes. I don't expect anything. I love him. And I don't know how to stop. The words sank in. Like poison. Slow and burning. I stood up. I walked to the window. I didn't want her to see me cry. Outside, the world looked normal. People walked. Birds flew. Children laughed. But my world was ending. I whispered to myself. This is my punishment. For trusting. For loving too much. For not seeing the truth. Then I heard her chair move. Alina came closer. Her voice was soft again. Please, forgive me. I never wanted this. I never wanted to hurt you. I turned to her. My tears fell freely. And I asked the question. That burned inside me. If you love him, do you want to take my place? Do you want to be his only wife? Her face went pale. She shook her head quickly. No. Never. I could never destroy you like that. I only want a piece of his love. Her answer broke me. A piece. She was asking for a piece of my life. A piece of my soul. I fell into the chair. I buried my face in my hands. I whispered. This will kill me. It will kill us both. And for the first time, Alina touched my hand. Not as a rival, but as my sister. Her fingers shook. Her voice cracked. We are trapped in this. Neither of us asked for it. But now, we both have to survive it. I pulled my hand away. I couldn't forgive her. Not yet. Maybe never. But her confession stayed in me. Her pain stayed too. Because maybe, just maybe, we were both victims. Victims of love. Victims of fate. Victims of one man's divided heart. That night, I didn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling. Her words echoed again and again. I love him. I can't stop. And my heart whispered back. Neither can I. The day dragged. Every hour felt heavy. Every thought burned. I stayed in my room. Alina stayed in hers. We didn't speak again. But by evening, Adam came home. Smiling. Like nothing was wrong. Let's have dinner together, he said. His voice was warm. His eyes were gentle. Like we were a happy family. I stared at him. I wanted to scream. I wanted to break his calm. But I said nothing. We sat at the table. The three of us. Plates between us. Food untouched. Silence heavy. Adam looked at me. Then at Alina. His smile faded. He knew. He felt it. Finally, he spoke. What's going on? Why are you both so cold? Did something happen? I laughed. A bitter, sharp laugh. Something happen? Adam, everything has happened. His brow furrowed. What do you mean? Alina lowered her head. Her hands trembled. She couldn't speak. So I did. I leaned forward. My voice low. You love her, don't you? His eyes widened. He froze. He didn't answer. Silence screamed louder than words. Answer me. I shouted. The table shook. My fork fell to the floor. Adam ran his hand through his hair. He looked trapped. Cornered. Scared. Finally, he whispered. I didn't plan it. I swear I didn't. But, yes. I love her too. The word stabbed me. My chest burned. My throat closed. I wanted to run. I wanted to vanish. But my legs wouldn't move. Alina began to cry. Don't say it, she begged. Please, don't say it. But Adam kept going. I can't lie anymore. You're both in my heart. I love you. And I love her. Tears blinded me. I shook my head. No. No, Adam. You promised me forever. You stood by me at the altar. You swore I was your only one. How could you love her too? He reached for my hand. I pulled away. I couldn't bear his touch. I don't know how it happened, he said. Maybe because you're twins. Maybe because she carries your smile. Your eyes. Your voice. It confused me. But when I'm with her, I feel something different. Different? I snapped. Is that what you want? Something different? After all these years? Alina sobbed harder. She covered her face. Her shoulders shook. Adam's eyes moved between us. He looked broken. But I didn't care. He did this. He chose this path. I stood up. My chair scraped the floor. You can't have both. You must choose. The air turned sharp. Like knives. Every second dragged. Every breath burned. Adam closed his eyes. He whispered. I can't choose. If I choose one, I destroy the other. And I can't live with that. Rage filled me. You coward. You already destroyed us. With your silence. With your lies. With your double love. I pushed my plate away. Food spilled. But I didn't care. Alina whispered through tears. I'll leave. I'll go tonight. You'll never see me again. Her voice cracked. She meant it. She was ready to run. But Adam grabbed her hand. No. Don't leave. Please. I can't lose you. My heart shattered. Right in front of me. He held her hand. Not mine. Hers. I whispered. So this is your choice. He looked at me. His lips trembled. No. I love you too. But his hand never let hers go. The truth was clear. He didn't need to say it. He already chose. Not with words. But with touch. With silence. With fear. I stepped back. My legs weak. My chest hollow. I hate you both, I whispered. The words tasted like blood. Then I turned. I walked out of the room. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. I couldn't stay. Behind me, I heard Alina crying. I heard Adam calling my name. But I didn't stop. That night, the house was broken. 3 hearts. Torn. Shattered. Bleeding. And I knew. Nothing would ever be the same again. I packed in silence. Hands shaking. Heart heavy. The house was quiet. Too quiet. Like it knew what was coming. I shoved clothes into a bag. Didn't fold. Didn't care. Just wanted out. Every sound echoed. The zipper. The closet door. My heartbeat. Adam knocked once. Please, talk to me. I didn't answer. Didn't look at him. If I did, I would break. The door creaked. He stepped inside. Eyes red. Face pale. Don't leave, he whispered. His voice cracked. He looked smaller. Weaker. Not the man I knew. I tightened my grip on the bag. I can't stay. Not when you love her. I love you too, he said quickly. Desperate. Pleading. But I shook my head. No. Not enough. If you did, you would have chosen me. Not her. Not both. Tears filled his eyes. I don't want to lose you. You already lost me. My voice was cold. Like ice. Like someone else was speaking. I brushed past him. My shoulder touched his. It hurt. Like fire. Down the hall. I saw Alina. She was standing there. In the shadows. Eyes swollen. Face pale. She looked at me. Like she wanted to speak. To beg. To explain. I raised my hand. Don't. Not one word. Her lips trembled. But she stayed silent. I walked past her. Every step heavy. Every breath sharp. At the door. I paused. My home. My memories. My marriage. All behind me. I whispered. Goodbye. And I stepped out. Into the night. The air was cold. Wind sharp. The street empty. I dragged my bag. Down the path. Away from the house. Away from them. Each step hurt. But staying would have killed me. The night swallowed me. Dark sky. No moon. Just silence. I reached the bus stop. Sat on the bench. Bag beside me. Hands numb. I stared at nothing. At the road. At the shadows. At the emptiness. Tears came slow. One by one. Falling onto my hands. Burning. I thought of our wedding. His vows. His kiss. His promise. All lies. All broken. I thought of Alina. Her laughter. Her secrets. Her betrayal. My twin. My blood. Gone. The bus arrived. Lights bright. Brakes loud. I stood up. Boarded. Found a seat. As the bus moved, I looked back once. Through the window. The house grew smaller. Further. Until it disappeared. My chest ached. But I didn't cry anymore. The tears had dried. I leaned back. Closed my eyes. Told myself. This is the end. But deep inside. I knew. It was only the beginning. The night I left home. Was the night I lost everything. But it was also the night I began to find myself again. The city lights blinded me. Noise everywhere. Horns. Engines. People shouting. I stepped off the bus. Bag heavy in my hand. Heart heavier in my chest. I didn't know where to go. Didn't know who to call. I was truly alone. Hotels looked expensive. Too bright. Too polished. Not for me. I walked the streets. Past cafes. Past shops. Past couples holding hands. Each sight cut me. A reminder of love. Of what I lost. My stomach growled. I hadn't eaten. Didn't care. I found a small park. Sat on a bench. Bag under my feet. Head in my hands. The night air chilled me. But I stayed. I had nowhere else. I thought about Adam. His voice. His eyes. His betrayal. I thought about Alina. Her smile. Her lies. Her selfishness. Tears slipped again. I let them. Didn't hide. The world blurred. Lights swayed. Sounds faded. I whispered. Why me? Why us? I had no answer. Only pain. Morning came slowly. The sun rose. The city woke. I was still there. People walked past me. Some stared. Most ignored. I felt invisible. Like I didn't exist. I dragged myself up. Started walking again. 1 block. Then another. My feet hurt. My back ached. But I kept moving. Finally, I saw a diner. Small. Warm. Inviting. I stepped inside. Smell of coffee. Fresh bread. Grease. I sat at the counter. A waitress smiled. What'll it be, honey? I froze. Money. I didn't have much. Just water, I whispered. She frowned. But brought it anyway. I sipped slowly. Hands trembling. Eyes burning. She leaned close. You okay? I forced a smile. Yes. A lie. She didn't push. Just nodded. Walked away. I sat there for hours. Staring. Thinking. Breaking. By night. I was back on the streets. Another bench. Another night. I was lost. Broken. Alone in the city. But deep inside. A small voice whispered. You're stronger than this. The third morning came. I woke on a bench. Cold. Hungry. Exhausted. I checked my bag. My clothes were wrinkled. My phone almost dead. One message blinked. From Adam. Please. Come back. I need you. I stared at it. Fingers shaking. Heart racing. I didn't reply. Couldn't. Not yet. Hours passed. I wandered. Street to street. Block to block. Finally. I found a library. Quiet. Warm. Safe. I sat inside. Plugged in my phone. Watched the battery rise. Then I opened my bag. Between the clothes. I found something. A letter. Folded. Sealed. Written in Alina's handwriting. My heart dropped. Why was this in my bag? When did she put it there? I hesitated. Should I read it? Should I tear it? Hands shaking. I opened it. Her words burned. Sis. If you are reading this, it means you left. And I don't blame you. I never meant to hurt you. I was weak. I was selfish. But I loved him too. I thought if I stole him, I would feel whole. But I only felt empty. You were always the strong one. The brave one. The one he truly loves. I was just a shadow. A mirror with cracks. I'm sorry. I know sorry is not enough. But I hope one day you will forgive me. Love. Alina. I froze. Read it again. And again. Tears spilled fast. Dripped onto the page. Smudged the ink. She loved him. She betrayed me. But she knew. She admitted. She confessed. Part of me hated her. But another part still loved her. She was my twin. My blood. My sister. The letter cut deep. But it also lit a spark. A small hope. Maybe she regretted. Maybe she cared. Maybe not everything was lost. I folded it slowly. Placed it back in the bag. For the first time, I didn't feel completely broken. I felt a tiny bit alive. The letter didn't heal me. But it reminded me. I was not alone. Even in betrayal. Even in pain. There was love. Somewhere. The letter stayed in my bag. But its words stayed in my heart. I couldn't forget them. Couldn't forget her apology. Her broken love. I walked for hours. Thinking. Remembering. Crying. Then my phone buzzed. Another message. From Adam. I know I hurt you. I know I don't deserve forgiveness. But please, talk to me. I love you. Not her. You. I froze. Stared at the screen. My chest ached. Did I believe him? Could I? My heart said yes. My mind screamed no. I turned the phone off. Slipped it into my pocket. I needed space. Time. Clarity. That evening, I returned to the diner. The same waitress smiled. You again, she said softly. I nodded. Sat down. She placed coffee in front of me. No charge, she whispered. I nearly cried. Kindness felt foreign. I sipped slowly. Let the warmth spread inside me. For the first time, I felt steady. That night, I didn't sleep on a bench. The waitress had told me about a shelter nearby. I went. They gave me a bed. Blanket. A place to breathe. I lay there in the dark. And thought of my life. Of love. Of betrayal. Of family. And then, I thought of me. What did I want? What did I need? What future was mine? Not Adam's. Not Alina's. Mine. The next morning, I wrote a letter. To both of them. Adam. I loved you. I still love you. But love is not enough. Trust is broken. And I cannot live in pieces. So I choose me. Alina. You are my twin. My other half. I will always love you. But you betrayed me. You took what was mine. And I cannot return the same. I forgive you. But I cannot stay near you. I am leaving. Not to run. But to live. Do not look for me. If fate is kind, one day we may meet again. But not now. Your sister. Your wife. Your past. But no longer your prisoner. I sealed it. Left it at the diner. Asked the waitress to mail it. Then I walked. And didn't stop walking. Days turned to weeks. I found small jobs. Cleaning. Serving. Helping. I earned little. But it was mine. My sweat. My effort. I rented a small room. One bed. One chair. One window. It wasn't much. But it was freedom. Every night, I looked at the sky. I whispered to myself. I survived. And with time, I did more than survive. I healed. Not all at once. Not easily. But slowly. I learned to laugh again. To trust strangers. To trust myself. Sometimes, I thought of Adam. Of his eyes. Of his touch. Of what could have been. Sometimes. I thought of Alina. Of her smile. Of her betrayal. Of her letter. The pain never vanished. But it softened. Turned into something else. Not hate. Not rage. Just memory. One evening. Months later. I stood on a bridge. The city lights reflected below. The wind brushed my hair. The night wrapped me. I whispered. I am free. And for the first time, I believed it. My story wasn't over. It was just beginning. Not as a wife. Not as a twin. Not as someone broken. But as me. Whole. Strong. Alive. And that was my new beginning. Thank you for watching this emotional love story on the Love Chapter by Aree. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more heart-touching stories. Tell us in the comments which country or place you are watching from. We'd love to know where our family of viewers is growing around the world.